Everybody's all ready for the CouncilCast. Locked and loaded, and welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 51, being recorded on August 21st, 2018. The Council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with little background and next to no expertise. Reminder, all CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever.
Whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Did you write
But
that intro?
I wrote that intro. Do you want to rewrite that intro?
Nope.
Would you like to say the intro?
Nope.
You wrote the intro? I thought I wrote the intro.
I have no idea who wrote the intro.
I thought that, well, what I did was I came up with part of the intro, and then I sent it to you, and then you were like, well, half this shit doesn't make sense, and so then you changed it.
I was probably like, your intro is like 20 minutes long.
Yeah,
I'm not
you're like,
read it for 20 minutes.
This
20
is
minutes long. It's got music.
Yeah, it was.
Like I was probably supposed to write a jingle for it, and I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah. By the way, Lord Mordor, donde está as your double thumbs up?
Yeah, you ain't getting that. You'll get that when I'm good and ready.
Okay. Well, I will hold my breath then.
Yes, we'll wait with bated breath. In the meantime, we can talk about Jupiter having more moons. In case you ever want more moons.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Let's. So researchers discovered that apparently the planet Jupiter now has 12 more moons, a full baker's dozen.
That's how many moons I wish I had.
I wish I got mooned that many times. Yeah, you know what? That brings up the total of Jupiter's moons to 79. I mean, not as good as 69 moons, but pretty close.
Yeah, how did they find these moons?
Telescopes.
Yes. Oh, good. Well, thumbs up.
Obviously.
But no, like, why just now have they decided, oh yeah, that's definitely a moon? Because I'm sure someone has seen them before. Or have they just been on the dark side of Jupiter for forever?
I mean, I think that was a Transformers
movie. Dark
movie.
Side of Jupiter.
It was a Transformers movie, and it grossed over $1 billion. It was the best Transformers movie ever. But unfortunately, that was in a different dimension. So
I'm not sure why it took them so long, but I think it has something to do with just how small they were. Because apparently they said it took them about a year to confirm that they were actually moons.
I see.
As opposed to
rocks.
Just rocks.
Other rocks.
Does it have to be a certain size to be considered a moon?
No, it does not. I'm pretty sure a moon just has to be something that like orbits a planet.
So,
I mean, are we gonna?
Why don't we call our satellites moons then?
They're artificial satellites.
Because.
But why don't we call them artificial moons?
Because the moon is a satellite.
Locally,
what is this one of those? What is one of those
grown organic moon?
What is this one of those stupid? It's not a square; it's a rectangle. But a rectangle is a square.
Yes.
Well, I hate it then. Sounds like math.
So technically the moon is a satellite, and the satellites that we have floating around the Earth are artificial satellites because we made them on Earth. Not from Earth, but on Earth. Because the moon is made from Earth.
That's amazing. In the footer of this, there's an article that says build AI apps with just a few lines of code. I wonder if that AI app could discover moons.
You better get on that.
Maybe you only need a few lines of code.
That doesn't sound like very many.
I do it tonight.
Yeah.
Well, good for them. I'm glad people are spending time looking for moons.
They did say there is one moon that is orbiting backwards from the rest of the moons that they found, and so they said yes. They said that most likely that's going to happen at some point in time, and I'm going to guess next year.
That most likely it's gonna
It's
happen.
been billions of
What do you
years just
mean?
going this way, and you're like, next year.
What do you mean? Most likely it's gonna happen. What's gonna happen?
That it's going to crash into one of the other moons.
Oh, that was
So they said that the moon takes a year and a half to orbit the planet, and it
whoa.
crosses the retrograde of one of the other moons.
Yeah.
So there's
we
going
just
to be
gotta
some
wait for
awesome
the timing.
fireworks. Yeah, next year. It's going to happen.
You're
It crosses
calling it?
the retrograde. Does that just mean that they like go on the same path? What is up with? You know what really grinds my gears?
What?
I just wanted to say that. Mostly I'm
That it
bad
was
at-
an awesome discovery, and nobody told us about it.
Mostly I'm bad at science, and I feel bad because
I'm going to give it a thumbs up because why not keep looking at Jupiter?
Yeah.
I believe I already gave it a thumbs up.
Yep, I give it a thumbs up.
I say more moons the merrier.
More moons the merrier.
Merry Moonmas.
Oh, can we? We'll add that to one of our T-shirt designs. Every episode is gonna have its own T-shirt on our T-shirt store.
Oh God, that would be a lot of T-shirts.
It'll be really easy. I'll make them each week. Don't worry.
Well, I was going to say we could solicit maybe the viewers to submit T-shirt designs, and we could vote on them during the podcast.
I love it. We'll do that. We will do that. If you have an idea for a T-shirt for CouncilCast, go ahead and send it in.
Send it to councilcast@gmail.com.
We'll check it eventually.
We will
vote on it.
I promise that we will vote on it at some point.
All right, let's talk about this vulva.
The vulva.
What?
So if you were looking up at the Model 3 and potentially purchasing an electric car, Volvo is coming out with their own version of an electric car. Their new Polestar 2, which is apparently a fully electric car, 350-mile range.
Yeah.
And they're estimating that the price is going to be about in that 40 to 65 grand range.
That's like 30 to 50,000 pounds, isn't it?
That would be approximately correct.
That's what the article said. So
what they're saying is that it's supposed to be kind of on par-ish with the Model 3, but you get a lot of the basic model, you get a lot of the features that the Model 3 requires as extras, such as the bigger motors. And you get the long distance, you get the 350-mile range in the base model versus having to pay.
I'm not gonna lie, the Volvo stuff is one of the reasons why I am like, Model 3, like, because I do want one, and I plan on ordering one, but I'm gonna be real sad when the Volvo Polestar comes out, and it's amazing.
I mean, it does look really cool, and they say that it's supposed to come out. They're announcing it or debuting it in the 2019 Geneva Motor Show, which is in March.
Yeah.
So it's certainly right around the corner, which isn't too far away.
Do they say when they hope to have it on sale?
No, it does not. But I would assume that they aren't going to have nearly the delay that Tesla had trying to get the Model 3 up and running. Maybe because they actually know how to build cars.
I mean, I hope not.
So I would assume that they're probably going to have a close to production ready car in March and hopefully shipping next year. I don't know. They do say 400 brake horsepower though.
Whoa. I don't know. Is that a lot?
Seems like a lot.
Wait. Did you say 400 brake?
Well, yeah,
What does that mean?
means horsepower.
But what's the? Wait, I'm trying to read. Where does it say that in the article?
It said it right after the price.
Oh yeah, 400 brake horsepower. I've never heard brake used in horsepower. Although I don't spend a lot of time looking at horsepower, so
That's just
could
what
just
the
be
British
me.
say. The British are confused, so
Oh yes, this is a British
they are a
400 brake
nation
horsepower.
nation of confused people, and they like to add extra words when it's not needed.
Quirky or futuristic. Yes. Quite.
Yes, quite.
All right. You know, I don't know. I feel like we're right around the corner from getting dozens of electric cars and electric cars that have two batteries. Stick with me on this one, guys. They'll have two batteries in them. One battery will be used to power the car while the other one is charging. And then you can just like go forever.
What?
How does it charge?
You know, it could be with solar power.
We've talked about this. This doesn't work.
It could be, guys, it's gonna work. The perpetual.
There's not enough surface area to charge it with solar.
And
you don't get to create energy for free.
The whole thing is gonna be solar panels. Any heat dispersed by the people riding in it are going to help to create.
By doing
energy.
what?
I don't know.
don't understand.
There'll be bikes inside. You can pedal. It's gonna be. There are gonna be a lot of options here.
There'll be a Mr. Fusion attached to the back.
Yeah, exactly. Why haven't we come up with Mr. Fusion yet? That's the real mystery.
Because we don't have enough garbage to put in it yet.
Well, if the 80s didn't accomplish that, I don't know what will. Anyway, yeah, nice job.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I think it's good to see more electric cars coming out. So
yeah, it's good for good competition, makes better products and such, and so on and so forth.
Yes. And what makes a better product better than banning users?
Inviting users?
No. That's backwards thinking, man. You gotta ban people to get users. Obviously the best solution. I don't know. Are you guys on Twitter?
Yeah.
At all? Do you use it?
Not well.
Did you sign up for it before you were of age, possibly?
I don't think that's possible.
Well, I mean, you could if you lied about your age.
I assume the date they use is 13, or the age they use is 13.
That is correct.
Yeah, there's no way. Twitter didn't exist when I was 13.
Now you're dating yourself, Matt.
I mean, you could have still signed up and said you were 13, I suppose. I mean,
that'd be dumb.
Sounds like you're trying to catch a predator here.
But apparently, and I think you're right. I think we're too old for this to have happened to us. But apparently, there are some people who are getting retroactively banned from Twitter for when they actually update their age to their correct age, and they find out that they actually were 13 when they originally signed up for the service.
That seems stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does.
The fact that if they're of age now, who gives a shit?
They're just going to go start a different account, or do you want them to? Like, are they going to be so pissed off that they don't use Twitter anymore, and they just start using Instagram only? Good idea, Twitter.
Idiots. I think to me it seems like it seems like somebody fucked up when they wrote the program that checked to see if you were of age or not.
Yeah. And
it should not have applied to people who were already users and of age. But my guess is it probably just double checked your date, your age, your date of birth that you give it compared to the date that you signed up for, and regardless of what your actual age is today, if that was less than 13, it banned you.
Amazing.
Which is some pretty terrible live programming, if you ask me. Somebody just said, fuck it, we're doing it live.
Do you think that maybe it's not the programmer's fault, but maybe the programmer had just designed some AI with just a few lines of code, and the AI decided to ban these people.
I bet that's right.
Well, then that's stupid.
I give it a thumbs down. I think.
Oh, the first time a unanimous decision has ever happened on the CouncilCast.
That's not true. What?
Double thumbs down.
Yes.
Sorry.
So I guess if you like Twitter, keep using it, but don't say you were 13 when you signed up for it, I guess.
Deal.
Or just don't be an idiot.
Oh, I'm going to change my age to 13. See if it kicks me out.
I think you should do it live right now and see what happens.
Let's see. Do I have a Twitter account that I don't care about? Oh, let's use the CouncilCast Twitter.
There you go. We'll see if we can get banned from the Twitters right here live on the CouncilCast.
I will write a blog post about it.
Great.
You've seen it first here. You know, if you weren't 13 but you were getting phished all the time, you could use mandatory keys to prevent phishing when you're logging into mandatory two-factor keys when you're logging into your online accounts.
Thumbs up. This is a great
Google
idea.
proved is something that's awesome.
We're looking at doing it.
What is
That's
it?
already thumbsing up.
Yeah.
So Google apparently has a huge problem with people phishing their accounts, and yeah, go figure. And they basically made it mandatory for people signing into their accounts at Google to use a dedicated two-factor authentication key that requires you to have it plugged into the computer, which is I would believe this is very similar to like what a lot of governments already do or government companies already do. So I'm not sure why Google's so far behind, but they found out that hey, it actually cuts our phishing attacks to 0.
Wait. Phishing, as in just the regular phishing scam. This is all you're talking about.
Yes.
Not something else phishing. Not some other fishy thing that I don't know about.
Nope, just your typical phishing scam.
Okay.
Where somebody grabs your password. They get you to give up your password.
People are still doing that?
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
I mean,
I know that they're still doing that. How do you think Kayla and I can afford to live in this apartment?
I'm with Matt. I think this was a great idea. I think everybody should be using these because it's certainly a relatively simple way. I've got a couple of YubiKeys myself that I use for a lot of my online stuff, and it really isn't that much of a pain to use when you need to use it, and you're going to be protected. So,
thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Go get a security key. But if you don't want a new security key, maybe you could buy a new Apple computer instead, a new MacBook Pro, which apparently throttles itself.
I believe that.
So
I thought wasn't this the deal where it was overheating?
Yeah, this was.
Hmm.
So Apple came out with their new MacBook Pros, a month ago? Yeah, a month ago. And it turns out that they're so slim and so sleek and so awesome and so fast that they overheat themselves and are really slow. So, apparently they have it fixed now. Apparently they gave a software update to fix it, but just kind of makes you wonder, like, what the heck was Apple doing when they said, "Oh yeah, this is totally good to go"? Like, did they even bother testing the computers before they shipped? Or I guess that's not a thing they do anymore.
I don't know. Steve Jobs is yelling at someone right now from the grave. Sure of it.
His ghost is haunting somebody.
Yeah, probably so. I don't know. I've had, I got a new Mac at work, and it's been amazing. I got the most souped up version of the iMac Pro that you can get. I think it's like 16 core or 18 core or something, and 12 gigs of graphics, and I don't know what all. It's 64 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of RAM, something. It's a lot of juice. Should be good to go. And maybe I'm just a really bad computer user. Like, there's a very good possibility of that. But I crash that thing at least 2 times a day with the footage and stuff that we're working on. And it will just stop. It'll look at me and it'll go, I hate you. And then freeze completely so that I have to like do a hard power off. And even sometimes I'm afraid that's not going to work. I'm just going to have to unplug it from the wall. I don't know what they're like. It's so fast. It has all these. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something weird at Apple. Maybe there's a conspiracy here.
You might be onto something there.
I don't know.
It seems like their hardware has certainly, I wouldn't say gotten worse, but it just doesn't stand out like it used to anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's like they reached a near pinnacle of what a regular laptop should be so quickly that they're trying to figure out how to innovate with shit like the touch bar and all this other shit. Like, how do they convince people to come back and buy another Mac 3 years later when you can have one for 5 years? I'm going on 5 on the one I have at work, and it still works. And I haven't upgraded because nothing has been all that compelling.
Mine at home here, I'm on 10 years.
You still have a MacBook that's 10 years old that works?
Yes.
Is it that plastic one?
Yes, it's the old white plastic one.
Still works?
It still works.
I had one of those, and then I went to and then I went from that to an aluminum body one and kept that for a long time.
Yeah.
And then we lit that one on fire.
I mean, their hardware really has been very good.
I like MacBooks; they're great.
Yeah, but I mean, you're right. They achieved this really high pinnacle of design super fast that everybody played catch up, and now everybody is kind of caught up.
Like the plastic ones were kind of eh, but then once they started getting to the aluminum bodies, that's where it's at.
But now that everybody's there, I mean, Apple's kind of like, I don't know what to do. We've had the same design for the last 6 years.
You can't go much thinner.
Like, nobody wants
apparently not without overheating. Apparently.
Well, I mean, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of getting thinner laptops when I'd rather have better battery life anyway. So if you keep my laptop thickness the same and can get me 4 more hours of battery life, I'd almost rather have that than a 1,000th of an inch thinner or something.
Yeah, if I want it to be thinner, I'll just go get an iPad.
Because the 13-inch MacBooks are pretty small, like thin.
They are. Yeah. The MacBook Air, did they get rid of that because the MacBook was just so thin that they're the same thing? We can't trick anyone anymore to buying the one that we're calling Air. It's the same thing.
I think they did get rid of the Air.
No, you can still buy an Air.
Or maybe they were talking about getting rid of an Air.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got they've got the MacBook and the Mac Pro.
Oh, that's right.
The MacBooks are small and tapered. The Mac Pros aren't. Like, if I were gonna buy a machine right now, I would probably buy the 13-inch MacBook Pro.
Yeah. Yeah, the MacBook and the MacBook Air are almost identical at this point in time.
Finally bumped it up so that you can crank it up to like 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah,
guys, I'm sorry, I have no idea how to change our birthday on here.
Amazing.
I'm giving up.
I hope you gave the birthday like the day that CouncilCast was founded.
I mean, if I knew how to check, I'd tell you what birthday I gave it.
Yeah, the MacBook Pro I want is $1,800.
So that's the problem, is that although they're computers are fairly nice. I just don't know if I could justify spending that kind of money on a computer that just looks nice
I mean,
and overheats apparently when you use your prosumer software.
not anymore.
Well, not anymore. But who knows? Maybe it'll happen next time.
Thumbs down for overheating.
Thumbs down to Apple for making a MacBook that overheats.
Good job, Apple. Way to get people to talk about you again.
Maybe I'll give it a thumbs up for being able to cook my bacon.
I just found it. Our birthday was not a birth date at all. There's no birth date.
We
But
are
there's
not
about
born
to
yet.
be. Let's
All right.
see. What would make us 13? Let's do the math. Be 2005. Should I change it to 2005? 2006. Make
You
sure
should
we
change it to whenever our first CouncilCast happened.
see
It would be
YouTube.
CouncilCast number 1. 1/29/13.
Wow.
We're only 5 years old, apparently.
Okay, let's see if we get kicked out. I'm going to push save. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen really quick so we can all watch this together.
Why?
Because I don't know. Why not? Nobody knows why we do the things that we do. Okay, can everyone see?
All right. I see all the porn tabs you've got up there.
Yep. 2013, January 29th, CouncilCast. Save changes. You confirm the birth date entered is accurate. If it's not, your account may be affected.
Uh-oh.
Confirm. Your profile has been saved. Oh, nice.
Oh.
We're following 69 people.
Yeah, we have 2 tweets.
Why do we got making arbitrary decision weekly up there? Why is it not running our new logo?
Because we have zero anything happening on here. We're following 69 people. I don't know what you want. Yes. Oh, do you guys see it?
Oh man.
Oh shit! You just got wrecked. How are we gonna talk to our crowd?
Now we have to wait. We have to
man.
wait until we're old enough.
Oh my god. I did
That's
not think that would work.
amazing. You fill out the form, say you misclicked.
Yeah.
But submit a picture of like a crayon drawn like oops.
Oh, man,
I mean, I don't even understand how are you supposed to get your account back?
Yeah, dude, fill out the form.
Let's see what happens. Okay.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Your full name.
Council.
We're gonna get kicked off of Twitter real bad now.
The third. Oh shit!
Government issued ID to confirm your identity, driver's license, passport, birth certificate, etc.
Dude!
Legible copy.
Our
From the
Twitter
completed.
account.
This is amazing.
I don't understand how we could sign up for a Twitter account with no birth date, yet as soon as we put one in, it kicks us off.
I don't know.
So if you're zero age,
We're currently
age zero,
a high volume of report submissions that higher than usual.
That's
Have you already filled in the
ridiculous.
My account
Oh
was
my
blocked.
God.
Was locked for not meeting Twitter's age requirements. Your full name. I don't want to send them my. I don't want to send them my passport.
Don't. I would. Can you actually submit it without uploading something though?
Let's see.
Yeah, the button's available.
Oh, it does say, if you administer this account on behalf of an organization, business, or another person, please upload identification of the person who actually administers this account. So they want to verify that the person administering the account is, yeah, so if they won't give it back, you're going to have to upload a driver's license.
my
Oh
gosh.
man.
You don't.
Oh, dude, upload McLovin's
Yes.
ID.
Hold on.
Absolute McLovin.
It's all one word. Images.
I mean,
This one. Here we go. Perfect.
His name is just McLovin, right?
Yeah. Just McLovin.
Hawaii.
wait. Okay, yeah.
He's old enough there. He was
Yep.
born in 81. He can buy beer.
Wait, no, his birthday is 1981. I hope somebody at Twitter is just like, this is amazing.
Approved.
Approved.
Which one is it? Choose. Okay, perfect. Submit.
We're gonna have to follow up on next week with this.
Oh, this is what we're gonna follow. We're gonna track this for weeks. This is
Freaking great, dude.
Oh, we got it. We did get an email from them. They said, "Thank you for taking the time to submit your ID. Our team will verify that you meet the minimum age requirements."
Yes.
I hope that they get something back and then we write back and we can be angry with them for a while. This is amazing. I'm very
We
excited
can start
about this.
our own feud
How
with Twitter.
dare you affront McLovin? Thumbs down for this debacle.
This is a double thumbs down on Twitter. This is hilariously stupid.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
that actually happens.
Double.
Yeah, we'll have to stay up to date on that. That's good to know. Well, sorry for all of our followers. We had 0. But if you were thinking about following us on Twitter, I'm very sorry. We are currently having technical difficulties.
We're currently having Twitter difficulties. We'll get there.
Maybe we need to go and break into somebody's house and actually steal their Wi-Fi or something. That might fix it.
Is that a thing that's happening or what?
That's the next story on our rundown here. Is
Wow.
I don't know if you guys caught this, but a couple in a house, 60-something-year-old couple, was broken into by a masked intruder who demanded their Wi-Fi password.
Interesting. That's all he wanted?
Yep. It was a 17-year-old kid who broke into a house, demanded their Wi-Fi password, or I don't know. Or he won't get on the internet? I don't know.
Well, how'd that work out for him?
He got arrested.
Well, now we've all learned that lesson.
If the jail joke's on them, if the jail's got free Wi-Fi, he got what he wanted.
Yeah. You know, a coffee shop would have been easier, but it would have been not as good a story. So, thumbs up, kid. Nice job.
I mean, that seems like a lot of work to go into trying to get somebody's Wi-Fi password.
I just feel like there had to be something else prompting that. Like, was this a cry for help? Was he like...
Apparently he was caught like a week earlier doing the same thing at another house.
And they let him out?
I guess. I have no idea.
Somebody needs to get this dude a freaking router.
Yeah, really.
Apparently. So here's what the quote was. Here we go. Just before midnight the previous night, the police say the same guy was found prowling outside another home. When the house's residents came out and confronted him, he, quote, asked to use their Wi-Fi network because he was out of data. Therefore, I must break into your house.
Amazing.
How old was he?
17.
And what's his home life situation like?
I mean,
I'm suddenly very sad for this kid, but also, kind of proud of him. Ingenuity. He showed some go get it attitude. Not a lot of kids do that these days.
Maybe he could resell the password for cash or something.
You've got me.
I mean, maybe he needed to hook up his Tesla to the Wi-Fi so that he could play some games on it.
Oh, that's the segue.
So, if you have a Tesla, apparently you can now play video games on it.
Good.
For, all those times where you're driving down the road and you're like, you know what? I wish I could play video games right now.
Doesn't the Tesla drive itself, though?
Well, sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what this is meant for, right?
While the car is driving itself, you need something to do because obviously your phone isn't working.
Because you have no Wi-Fi.
Because you don't have Wi-Fi.
So, I mean, this seems perfectly safe, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's a guy who apparently modded, what is it? To play some Super Atari games is basically what's going on.
That's fantastic.
So he said that, here, it's even better. Elon Musk said he wanted to originally include a version of Atari's pole position game, which was apparently linked to an actual to the actual car's steering wheel, so you could literally drive the car with your car in the video game. That was Elon Musk's original plan.
I'm a little confused. I'm actually a lot confused. Do you also have to be driving the car? Like, it seems dangerous.
No, apparently it was supposed to be when the car was stationary.
Okay, well, that makes more sense and also less sense. Like, hey, see you later, honey. I'm gonna go play my video game out in the car. Oh man!
Don't turn it on in the garage, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Seems like a good way to kill your battery.
Well, if it's in the garage, you obviously have it plugged into a wall. Like the most expensive way to. Oh man! Yeah, some days I'm like, you nailed it, Elon Musk, and other days I'm like, I don't know what you've been smoking, Elon, but you should probably.
I mean, there's a lot of downtime when you're supercharging. You can just fire up the Atari and go.
That's a good point. I mean, maybe they're gonna open up like a game app store for the Teslas or something, so you can download games while you're
He's obviously going to. How many apps are going to be made and sold? Now that's a completely different situation. He'll probably announce it on Twitter, though.
Most likely. That's actually how you have to download the game, is you have to actually tweet at him, and if you're under the age of 13, well, then you can't use your Twitter account. So
we can't use our Twitter account.
So if Elon Musk wants to tweet at us on how to play video games on our Teslas that we don't own, he can't.
He can't. He cannot. That's just an impossibility at this point.
I'm going to give it a thumbs up because I like the idea of being able to play games while you're charging. So, if it's going to take a half hour for your car to sit there and charge, why not get some little Doom in there?
Sure.
Hey, nice job, Muskie.
Muskie. All right.
That was a good episode. I really do think, though, that we should transition next week and just start having giving Musk his own corner of this show.
Well, the last section here, we could certainly throw it out, is Elon Musk pitches. So this is a segment of the show where we can pitch ideas for Elon Musk, and if he ever does anything with them, then we can claim first. So why don't we all throw out? You throw out one request this week, one topic.
That's how we wrap up the show each week with a pitch to Elon.
The pitch to Elon.
Okay, I'm good with that. Who wants to go first?
What?
We're going to pitch a business idea to Elon.
I'm not ready for this.
Well, just make it up. It doesn't matter. I mean, it could be
Hey,
something as silly as coming up with a
Mr. Musk. It does, Sir Elon Musk. It does matter. We do care about these ideas a lot. We hope that you care about them a lot as well. Yeah, is to do with. I like your electric car, but what I don't like about it is that you have to plug it into a wall. What I would like to do is have the electric car be able to, it has 2 batteries, okay? One
Okay.
battery is for the car going, and the other one's charging while the car is going.
No.
Run with that, Elon. They say it can't be done. If you do it, I get money. That's how this game show works. So
You do it, I get money.
who else has an idea for Elon?
I don't.
I think he should come up with a. I like the idea of using rockets, and I think your next idea could be to make an asteroid rocket, and we could all live on it, and it could become a new moon for the Earth.
I like that a lot. That is a really good idea. I love it.
All right,
Matt, are you sure you don't have any ideas this week?
I do not.
Okay, we will give you time to think in the next week.
we'll be
Great.
back next week with more pitches for
With
Elon
more
Musk.
pitches for Elon Musk. It's a good show, everyone.
And with that, I think we're going to call the council meeting adjourned. And we want to thank everybody for listening. We record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube. And if you liked what you saw and want to check out all of our past episodes, you can go to councilcast.org or find your audio files on your favorite podcatcher or iTunes. If you have a topic you would want the council's decision on, or if you have any awesome t-shirt designs that you want our votes on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com or not connect with us on Twitter at the CouncilCast while we are currently banned. Or you can send it to us on Facebook by searching for the CouncilCast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
Me.